Hi, I'm Batman.
Hi, I'm Sarah DeCiccio. I am a certified holistic health coach. I'm the founder of Finding Your Wellspot, and I'm also partnered with USANA Health Sciences. And today, my son Jaden and I, we are baking a cake. So I showed on my Facebook page last week that I was having as a treat a delicious chocolate quinoa cake. Please don't mock me. It's distracting. And I love it. So my son has a birthday party today. And Jaden, how many food sensitivities do you have? Do you remember? 15. He has 15 food sensitivities. So every time he goes to a birthday party, he doesn't necessarily get to eat what's there because it doesn't make him feel well. Okay, stop please. So we're just making him his own cake so he can take part in the festivities and not feel left out. So if you've never seen quinoa before, it looks like this, like a little grain. You cook it up like rice, honestly. You can make it even taste like rice. This is what it looks like when it's cooked. Thank you, Jaden. Let's even bring it closer. That's what it looks like when it's cooked. It will take on the flavor of anything. So if you want to cook it in a chicken stock, you can make a quinoa salad out of it, and it will take on the flavor of whatever you put in it. So I usually cook mine in a chicken stock, and I can eat it like that, warm, or you could add some soy sauce on it. If you're gluten-free, tamari, and if you're gluten and soy-free, then coconut aminos. That's what we use. Or like I said, I always like to make a quinoa salad out of it, which is super yummy as well. And pretty soon I'm going to try making granola bars out of quinoa. Plus we make a lot of like cookies and stuff out of quinoa. So there's lots of great ways. Okay, stop that please. That you can use quinoa and make it really, really healthy for the family. So I'm not going to actually show you how to bake the cake because I'm sure you can do that by following the instructions, but some people are a little bit confused on how to maybe make the icing because it's made out of coconut cream. So you want to use a full fat coconut milk. You want to keep it in the fridge for at least 24 hours. If you're running short on time, just put it in the freezer because you need the water and the coconut cream to separate. So what you do once you pull it out of the fridge, once it's been there for at least 24 hours or in the freezer for a couple of hours, you want to flip the can over. Do you see mine's upside down right now? And then there's going to be liquid on top. You just pour that liquid off, see? And you could save that and use that in a smoothie. And then you're going to take what's left in the can, which is just the cream. And you're going to scoop that out, and that's what's going to act as our chocolate icing for our chocolate cake. So, scoop that all out. And then once you scoop that all out, you're just going to heat this up. I do it backwards from what the recipe calls because when you're cooking chocolate chips or any kind of chocolate right on the stovetop, they easily burn. So I like to just warm up the coconut cream first and then pour the chocolate chips in. So we're gonna do that. Let that warm up. No, it's okay. Oh yeah, we're back.
We're back.
So we got the coconut cream all melted. As you can see, it is like liquid. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add in some chocolate chips. Now depending, you can just take the whole bowl, honey, and pour it right in. There you go. And then we're just gonna keep stirring that. Depending on your sensitivities, your preferences, if you want, you can do a dairy-free chocolate chip, which we sometimes do. Jaden, do you wanna hold them up? From the Enjoy Life, it is a dairy-free chocolate that you can get, or if you're not sensitive, you can use regular chocolate chips. I want to be clear that this is not like a healthy food necessarily. This is a treat for sure, but it is made with no flours. So if you are gluten intolerant, this is a great, or even nut intolerant. Again, quinoa is a perfect substitution. Okay, now you can put it down. Yeah, it's a perfect substitution, so you can use it. And I love this chocolate frosting. I used a lot of different recipes for chocolate frosting. The reason I like this one is there's not a whole bunch of processed sugars in it. Like a lot of them call for icing sugar. Thank you, Jaden. You can put it down now. A lot of them call for icing sugar or more sugar. This one has no sugar added unless you have chocolate chips that have added sugar into them. That would be where the added sugar would come in for this one. But if you buy the dairy-free ones, there's no added sugar. Or is there added sugar on that one? I'm not even sure. But it makes a delicious frosting. So look at that. Doesn't it look good? I wish you guys, see, so it's just a nice liquidy paste. Well, liquidy paste doesn't make sense. Nice and brown, yep. We're gonna just let that melt a little bit more. And then once your cake is cooled, like you can I cool my icing first a little bit. The recipe then tells you to beat it once it's kind of congealed back together, but I don't because I'm too lazy. So literally, here's one that I've made previously. I just give it a good stir with a knife, and then I will use this. So this is a little bit softer now because it was much harder like butter. So once it's soft enough, I will put it all over the cake. I'll put it back in the fridge, and then the icing is nice and hard. I said that's good, thank you. The icing is nice and hard, and then it's ready to eat. And it's not super hard. It actually tastes more like a fudge, which I think is super yummy. So here's our quinoa cake that just came out of the oven. Okay, and then we're gonna put the frosting on, pop it into the fridge once this cake is cooled down a little bit, and then you have a delicious chocolate quinoa cake that's gluten-free, dairy-free, and in our case, egg-free as well, because no one in my family can tolerate eggs. So we used a flaxseed instead. Flax eggs, I should say. If you are using flax eggs or chia eggs, no. If you're using flax eggs or chia eggs, then you might need to add a little bit extra liquid because it does get a little bit thick. Other than that, the cake works out perfectly. So I hope you enjoyed this cake, and we'll see you again next week. Be sure to follow me. You can find me on Facebook, Sarah DeCiccio, Finding Your Wellspot, Instagram and YouTube at Finding Your Wellspot as well. You can head over to my website, sign up for my emails as well. Take my free health assessment over at findingyourwellspot.com. Have a great day.